So just before qualifying was about to start, we had a multi-car crash accident turn number 2 just minutes before the red flag was about to come out for practice. Ariana McShane, Grace Takayama, and Tony Newman were racing together off turn 2. Tony Newman got loose, ran into Grace Takayama, and slid all 3 cars up the track into the outside wall. If you see Ariana McShane's car in the background, Tony Newman and Grace Takayama, all 3 cars were damaged beyond repair, and they were not able to use their backup cars to compete in this race. So all 3 drivers, Tony Newman, Ariana McShane, and Grace Takayama, will be placed 38th, 39th, and 40th. We are in DuQuoin, Illinois for the 13th race of Season 3 of the SCRL Lucas Oil ARCA Racing Series here at the DuQuoin State Fairgrounds. The number 09, the Pretty Show, leading us to the green flag. Shot beside her is the number 92, Greg Mason. Rest of the starting lineup for today's race. Trey Wright, who will be starting 14th, is tied with Greg Torres for the points lead, but Trey Wright wins the tiebreaker by way of having a better finish than Greg Torres. Now, you see on the screen there are only 37 drivers here. It is not because this track cannot fit 40 cars. It, in fact, can. But during practice for this race, Tony Newman, Ariana McShane, and Grace Takayama crashed in Turn 3 and Turn 4. And because ARCA does not allow drivers to use a backup car, the drivers are not allowed to start. But they will be placed 38th, 39th, and 40th, and they still will receive points. So that is why there are only 37 cars here and not 40. This is the first time we are ever using the DuQuoin State Fairgrounds here in the SCRL. This 1-mile dirt track. In Season 1, we used the Illinois State Fairgrounds where Evan Rudd won that race. And in Season 2, we used the Lakewood Speedway as the dirt equivalent to this track, which Max Anderson won. Max Anderson will be starting in the 4th spot right there, trying to win back-to-back dirt track races. And now, for those most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
The field is rolling off. Doesn't look like anybody's having any problems. It's a very cloudy day here in DuQuoin, Illinois. Pretty Shaw will have the honor of leading us to the green for the first time here in DuQuoin, Illinois. As you see further back, starting in the 5th spot, Ray Jones, who won the last race at Iowa, trying to become the first driver to win back-to-back races here in the ARCA Series, which no driver has yet to done in the 3-year history of this series. "10 laps is the scheduled distance for today's race. Of course, it could be extended by way of the green-white checkered rule. Pace car pulls in, and we'll get our lone dirt race of the season underway under cloudy conditions here. And there's a green flag. 37 cars racing off towards turn number 1. Pretty Shaw trying to get a run on Greg Mason, trying to maintain his race lead. Into turn number 2, you see drivers going 3 wide in the back. Anthony Logan, one of those cars. Head down the backstretch. Looks like our front 3 drivers got clear. Max Anderson moved into 3rd. Drivers going 4 wide as you enter turn number 3. You see Anthony Logan way up high. You kind of want to stay in the black marble dirt because that's where it's most safest. If you get into brown stuff, that is very dangerous. Pretty Shaw will lead lap number 1 and will forever write his name in the history books as the first driver to lead a lap here at DuQuoin, here in the ARCA Series. Go further back, and Matthew Logan gaining the spot. Of course, the Super Speedway king for this season, won a Daytona and Talladega. Around Oriana Denton, who has yet to have a sponsor for today's race, you see Alex Jones pushing Ray Jones, trying to go around Shuttle, the all-time race winner formerly. Of course, that title being held by Chaka Whiteline currently. And Trudell will maintain 10th spot in his number 1 Ford. Brockbeard, you see he's got a sponsor for today's race. His first time ever racing on the dirt. Just outside the top 10. No change up front. As we go further back, you see Trey Wright, our points leader, currently running in the 12th spot. You see Greg Torres, way back there. Here he is. Came in tied with Trey Wright, He's lost a lot of ground now. We head back up front. We got battle for second as Max Anderson has completed the pass on Greg Mason. But they are still 800ths of a second behind Pretty Shaw. Rest of the race, rest of the drivers going through it to Greg Torres. Like Spurley Tube not having the best of seasons. He had a good season in the Formula division, but not great here in the ARCA division. Further up front, you see Sebastian Torres, our Atlanta race winner. Trying to fare well here on the dirt. Nathan Orman in the number 5 being pushed by Chris Kyle. No change up front. Pretty Shaw continues to hold the race lead as we'll be halfway this time by. You see Trey Wright trying to gain a spot around Colin Dryberg, not able to do so. He has yet to score a win this season, Trey Wright has, but he is still the points leader, which goes to show you consistency wins championships. Back up front. Battle for position. Sebastian Torres is able to pass Trudell. This will be for 5th. Lead is now down to 300ths of a second, and Max Anderson has assumed our race lead around Pretty Shaw. So Max Anderson looking to lead a lap, and he does. He'll get 5 bonus points. Of course, he does have previous past dirt experience. He won, as I mentioned before, at Lakewood in Season 2. So trying to become the first driver to win back-to-back dirt races here in the main ARCA division, as we will have 3 laps to go this time by. It's been a winless season so far for Max Anderson. It's been almost a full year since he won here in the ARCA division. What a win it would be right when he needed it. Could possibly become the first winner here at DuQuoin. There will never be a first-time winner ever in this event, as Greg Mason takes over second place, being pushed by Oriana Dent, who is running without a sponsor in her 67 Ford. That's crazy. She has 2 wins on the season, and no one wants to sponsor her. But she will fall back to 4th. Back up front to our race leader, Max Anderson, driving that Motor Honey Advanced Auto Ford. As we got 2 laps to go for Max Anderson. His lead is 900ths of a second. That's the drivers. You see Brian Fox of a sponsor for this race, but not faring too well, currently outside the top 30. You got a lot of drivers who are normally good in this league, not faring too well this season here in the ARCA division. These cars are harder to drive than the Formula and Sprint Cup cars. Off the final turn, looks like we will not have a green-white checkered here today. White flag, 1 lap to go for Max Anderson. No challenge from behind by Pretty Shaw. He has a 1.6 second lead. Battle for 3rd between Matthew Logan and Oriana Dent. 2 former 2-time race winners this season, but it's all happening behind Max Anderson. It's been almost a full year since he has won here in the ARCA division, but he will sweep the dirt races here back-to-back years. Off the final turn, Max Anderson wins here at DuQuoin. And he has done it yet again. Here are your race results. Max Anderson scores the win. Second is Pretty Shaw. Third, Matthew Logan. Fourth, Oriana Dent. Fifth, Greg Mason. Sixth, Truddle. Seventh, Sebastian Kukalon. Eighth, Brockbeard. Ninth, Tim Randolph. And 10th was Ray Jones. So Max Anderson has once again won here on the dirt here in the SCRL Lucas Oil ARCA Series. Rest your race results. All 37 drivers finished. Of course, we had 3 drivers that did not even start the race because they crashed in practice. So that completes the lone dirt race here in Season 3. We'll now take you to victory lane with the number 90 car of Max Anderson. Here are the point standings after the 13th race of the season at DuQuoin, with the Priya Shaw gains 6 spots. He is now the points leader, has a 5-point lead over Trey Wright. Third is Alex Jones, 10 points behind. Fourth is Colin Jobber, 40 points behind. And fifth is Max Anderson with the win, gained 4 spots and is 45 points behind. Sixth is Matthew Logan. Seventh is Greg Torres. Eighth, Ray Jones. Ninth, Mitchell Collins. And 10th is Blaze Bertar. 11th is Jay Jefferson. 12th, Truddle. 13th, Sebastian Torres. 14th, Chris Kyle. 15th, Brock Beard. 16th, Jack Lagacy. 17th, Dale Guthrie. 18th, Greg Mason. 19th, Sebastian Kukalon. And 20th is Ricky Logan. 21st, Nathan Ordman. 22nd, Jimmy Fox. 23rd, Marcus Sasachi. 24th, Bullet Oskin. 25th, Randy Ward. 26th, Anthony Logan. 27th, Priya McShane. 28th, Orion Dent. 29th, Becky Dent. And 30th is Ray Dent Jr. 31st, Tom Smith. 32nd, Joe Jefferson. 33rd, Salmon Oskin. 34th, Riley Spurley 35th, Brian Fox. 36th, Tim Randolph. 37th, Alexander Rowe. 38th, Tony Newman. 39th, Ariana McShane. And last is Grace Takayama. That is your point standings at the 13th race of the season at DuQuoin. We'll next see you for the 14th race of the season at the Michigan International Speedway. And until then, keep the hammer down, and we'll see you at the track.